Happy New Year! I hope you had a wonderful Christmas season, and I've visited with family, friends. I'm sure you did, or however you celebrated the Christmas season, the Christmas day. So good to see so many of you on Christmas Eve. And now we come to this coming Sunday, known as the Sunday of Epiphany. I'm grateful for Reverend Taylor Todd preaching for me while I was out of town last Sunday, and I'm looking forward to being back in the pulpit with you this week for the Epiphany. Epiphany is the culmination of Christmastide, and it's the time when we remember the visit of the mysterious Magi, those wise men from the East. You know, Matthew's account of the Christmas story indicates that the wise men came after the birth. It talks about going to the house, not a stable, and visiting the child, not an infant. The actual Greek word there refers to a toddler. And even though we put all of those characters together in the nativity scenes with the shepherds and the wise men and Mary and Joseph, the truth of the matter is that the wise men, the Magi, came sometime later, most likely. And they brought those gifts that grab our attention: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. What is all of that about? What would a woman like Mary from the ancient Middle East in the Palestine area or Judea, this Hebrew girl, what would she have done with those gifts? What are they symbols of? Some time ago when I was in the Holy Land, I actually have where I purchased, you can, in these little sets of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And they don't look like anything we think of. I'll be sharing these with you Sunday, and the children can check them out. I have some frankincense right here. Looks like little rocks. More importantly, is the spiritual message behind the journey that the Magi made. Do we know anything about them? In this Sunday's message, which will be the finale to the series I've been doing across this season of Advent, The Story You Thought You Knew, What the Bible Really Says About Christmas, we'll look at what the Bible really says to us about these Magi. You know, the word Magi comes from our English word magician, but it wasn't about magic. It wasn't about magicians. Who were they and what are they about? Some say we know their name. One of the ancient Christmas traditions, particularly in the Eastern Orthodox tradition, is that they were kings from the East, named Melchior, Balthazar, and Caspar. Perhaps there's some historical verification that that could have been true. And what about this star, this constellation of some sort that they followed? We'll get into all of that this coming Sunday. But more importantly, I want to talk about the journey they were on. You know, we're all on a journey of some sort, and we're all seeking something in life. Did you know in Matthew's account of the Christmas story, the Magi weren't the only ones on a journey? They weren't the only ones seeking after something. We'll talk about this search. And there's a reason why the church, I'm talking about now the universal body of Christ, the church of Jesus Christ in the earth, there's a reason why the ancient Christians placed the Sunday of Epiphany at the beginning of the new year. We begin a new journey in 2026. We don't know what this year is going to hold for any of us. But the journey we're on, we have a choice. We can try to make it on our own, or we can try to make that journey under God's protection and care, under God's providential leadership. The Magi still have something to say to us. They challenge us in the ways in which they came to worship the Christ and then what they did after. You know, there's a journey that brought them to the Christ child, and there was a different journey going home. It actually says they went home a different way. We're going to do things in a different way in this new year, whether we realize it or not. And I'm excited about what God has for us together in the life of faith here at First Presbyterian Church. I wish I could shake the crystal ball and look at this year and know exactly what's going to happen, but you know it doesn't work that way. Life's what happens when we've made other plans. And yet we're going to live this life together and see what God is going to unfold in our lives. I look forward to seeing you this coming Sunday for the Holy Sunday of Epiphany, where we will sing together, "We Three Kings of Orient Are," and we'll join them in the journey in this new year of what God has for us together. God bless you, and God be with you. Bring a friend, a family member. I'd love to meet them and look forward to sharing and worship with you this coming Sunday. God bless you.